that's good. So, Shanti, tell me about what does enlightenment mean?
Yes. So one enlightenment could be like a satori. Satori in a Zen, like spark. Spark, you see it, that inspires you. Satori is like suddenly you get the experience, but it is a temporary experience. So like in the dark night, you're traveling, you don't know where the valley is, where the river is, or where the ocean is. You don't see anything. Lightning flash comes, and you suddenly see where you are, where everything is. You get estimation, but then you are again in the dark. But it gives you the guidance where to go, what is safe. That is called satori, like a flash of light. Really, people are looking for liberation, total attainment, and they go in search for it. And the purpose of all the search is to return back home. Like a journey of a prodigal son. Prodigal son was frustrated with the house, so he wanted to explore the world. When he explored the world, he found there was nothing as good as father's home. He returns home and father welcomes him home. This is our journey. We run away from ourselves or run away from God, searching for it. So this searching also is useful, just to recognize that there is nothing to be found outside.
Right.
So Buddha he went in the jungles and he went through austerity. When he returned back, his wife Yashodhara, he went for begging. They said, why did you have to leave me to find enlightenment? I said, I did not know that then, but now I know. I know the middle path, that one doesn't have to renounce anything. You can be enlightened. So first step away from home is first step closer to home. Okay. So really, as long as you are looking, there is something outside. Somebody can teach me. Somebody can bless me or give me a secret mantra. You are still in illusion. So I went through the journey. I lost interest because with all my experiences, I did not find a guru who can guide me and answer all the questions. I could not even find a companion for satsang, somebody who is dedicated to practice, that I can talk and inspire me. So I'm so content going nowhere, expecting nothing. So I am close to the source for finding, because I know where to find, If you don't know where to dig the hole for water, but I know where to dig the hole.
Right.
So in a way, my greatest enlightenment was I stopped running.
Right.
That's it. And also just look at dedication. Here at the condo, we got the gym. I'm the only one totally dedicated, going twice a day. After surgery,
Sure.
I go treadmill, and the afternoon I go on bicycle. But almost every day, unless something happened or I had to go out. They have swimming pool. Most of the time, I'm the only one who is doing the laps. Just imagine, even simple, ordinary matter, people are not committed. They're not dedicated. They do. They come once in a while and do so much workout and then drop it. Steadiness. So very few people have that stability.
Yeah.
So what can you say? And this is what I mentioned. The people become very enthusiastic. But usually you see the cycle, they become enthusiastic for a week and then lose the interest. But there is bigger cycle. I have seen people study with me regularly for 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, and they disassociate. I'm always open. What do you lose by keeping contact or little spark of inspiration? But they think they are finished. Like if you learn something, it's not over. You learn medicine and you become a doctor. But new medicines come, new research come, you cannot be stuck like this is it. You know. Same way in spiritual field also. Change situations change, our life changes. We need new inspiration. And this is why my thinking and my writing is out of the box. Like more contemporary. What I wrote or what I thought yesterday, today I'm seeing differently. So there is freshness. So this is what really is enlightenment to me. Because seeing something that you could not see before. Enlightenment means there is a nod, misunderstanding, and it opens up. There is magic, there are so many magic tricks, but there is one magician who showed all the tricks, what is behind the trick. Once you see that, oh, it's just a simple thing, how was I fooled? Once you know the secret of magic trick disappears. Enlightenment is all the confusions disappear. Okay. So I'm just explaining from a different standpoint to understand. So enlightenment, actually, you're content, you remain ordinary. You don't change anything outside, it's inner transformation. Okay. So one says that I have nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to attain. Okay. A disciple asks a spiritual master, what did you do when you were in the beginning stage of your meditation? What did you while you were in the middle of practice, and what do you do now when you are enlightened? He says, I still eat 3 meals a day, I still go to work, I still keep social contacts, I take care of my responsibility. That means nothing change outside. Only thing is internal understanding, and that is called enlightenment. Okay. So nothing changes. Physically you remain the same. So enlightened masters don't grow horns on them. Okay. They live ordinary, but what they manifest is calmness, contentment, peace, compassion, and they radiate something. Their presence attracts people. So this is what happened in the people who got enlightened. They actually have to hide from people, many of the enlightened masters, because people recognize, their presence, their wishes get fulfilled, so they get after them and they try to delude. So they try to hide, or they try to act like fools so that public don't bother them, because they cannot do anything for public. Enlightened masters cannot do anything for anyone. No one can do anything for anyone. It's just when we are ready, something happens. So teacher can do is to break your illusion, to break your ego. So the real teaching, which is very clear, comes on the surface.